Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.
Hey guys, what's up? It's TenneyBox here. Welcome back to another video. In the background, you have some Black Ops 3 gameplay of custom zombies that my friend Jacob and I recorded probably last month. And in this video, I apologize for the black bars. I'm going to be getting into that later on in this wishlist / open letter to Treyarch. This is by no means a rant video. This is more so of constructive criticism and how to build on an already great franchise. Without further ado, I'm going to present to you my list of... Do I want to say demands? My list of demands! No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, first off, I think that there should be more customization with zombies. On PC and on console as well. Because obviously PC has mods, which is fine. I'm talking about base game like optimization though, or customization I mean, excuse me. Such as changing the guns on the wall. Also changing the locations of perks, possibly the location of the spawn. And obviously they wouldn't be the same like leaderboard-esque stuff if you want to change those things around. I think that a big thing for people is that they want to have more customization in the game. With World War II zombies, I've heard that there's a lot more customization in that, so that'd be pretty cool if we got that as well. The second thing I want to talk about on this list is something that is never going to happen, or at least with this game, but it's something that I think we should keep pushing for, and that's cross-platform play. And I know that this isn't just Call of Duty's decision or Treyarch's decision. It's like Microsoft, Sony. I hate the fact that we live in the year 2018 and that I can't play with a friend because he has a different console than me, or because I play on PC. First of all, I'm going to talk about this game from a PC standpoint. I bought the game probably 4 months into the life cycle of Black Ops 3, right? Well, the servers were pretty much already bare bones and dead, except for with Team Deathmatch, and that's pretty much how it is to this day. The thing is, I love playing on PC, but I also love playing on console. I would love to be able to have actual game modes that aren't on PC as much. Like, for example, I really don't get to play Domination or Demolition or anything of that matter other than 1v1, or not 1v1, so other than TDM, excuse me. Which I think... I don't know. I feel like I'm just complaining just to complain, but seriously, it really just diminished the quality. For example, if this game didn't have zombies in it, I would almost request a refund immediately because there's literally nothing to do other than TDM. I'd be severely angry, but because of zombies, that I'm fine. And back to multiplayer, I think that the next rendition of Black Ops 4, whatever they're deciding to call it, should have better maps. I didn't hate the maps in Black Ops 3, but I felt that they were incredibly average. There were some good ones. Like, Nuketown is still one of my favorite ones, and I think that, obviously, there's, like, that Nuketown nostalgia from Black Ops 1, 2, and now 3. But I don't think nostalgia should be, like, the main driving factor with a lot of these maps. Like, I know that they've reskinned quite a few, which is awesome. And, like, I agree. You shouldn't fix something that isn't broken, and sometimes it's cool to bring back those maps. But at the same time, I would like to see some new maps with bigger innovations. And I just felt like I didn't play some of the DLC maps, like the last 2 DLCs, just because I lost interest in it. But I was mostly sticking to the Zombies DLC rather than multiplayer. But I definitely think that multiplayer maps could have been better, but they weren't awful. Next thing on the list is something that everybody's been requesting for like the last 4 years, and that's boots on the ground gameplay. You cannot understand how annoying it has been not having boots on the ground. Like, Black Ops 3 was a great multiplayer game and zombies game, in my opinion, even with the jetpacks or the exosuits. I didn't like the exosuits too much, but like I said, it didn't take away from the game too much. I think Black Ops 3 could have been a much better game if it were boots on the ground, but I digress. And I know that there's like boots on the ground gameplay modes, but I'd rather just have, instead of segueing the community into 2 different playlists, I would rather have... Or maybe it wasn't I don't know if it was Black Ops 3 that did that or Infinite Warfare. One of the games had it so that it was like 2 different playlists. So I don't think you should separate the community like that into 2 different playlists. But that's just me. The next thing is going to be talking about zombies a little bit, and that is in terms of Liquid Divinium. I'd hate the I like the concept of Liquid Divinium, but I hate the microtransactions behind it. How you can buy Liquid Divinium. I'm kind of fed up with microtransactions. You have to understand, if anybody from Treyarch is watching this, or just YouTubers, or whomever is watching this, you have to understand microtransactions have been such a leech, this like cancerous mole that won't go away, and it's so obnoxious. I hate microtransactions to the point where I'm almost boycotting a game if they have pay to win, obviously. But with Liquid Divinity, you could argue if it's pay to win with Black Ops 3. Let's say, for example, if you are terrible at zombies, and there's like something really cool, like there's Liquid Divinium that gives you all the perks. I know there's one of that. But they're ultra rare, right? So you're more inclined to spend money to get that. So in a way, it's kind of pay to win, pay to get in the leaderboards a little bit higher if you're already good, and on top of that, you have like just all these overpowered things. But that's the thing. I love Liquid Divinium in the addition to it. I honestly think that Liquid Divinium should be built into leveling. Or not Liquid Divinium, but the Gobblegums. I think Liquid Divinium as an idea should be scrapped, and I think you should be able to earn every Gobblegum through leveling. If you have something that gives you all the perks, obviously make that like a three prestige thing or something. Make actually people grind for it rather than them busting out their wallets or winning it in some virtual casino. That's just my opinion, though. The next thing is a YouTuber thing, and that is theater mode. I don't believe Black Ops 3 has theater mode. I don't know about Infinite Warfare because I didn't play it, or World War II, but those aren't Treyarch games. And don't think I'm just like this Treyarch fanboy. I am a Treyarch fanboy. But, like, obviously I'm able to criticize. I played both Infinite Warfare. I played Infinite Warfare, the beta. Didn't buy it because I hated the beta so much. And World War II I haven't touched yet, so I don't know if it's good or bad. I've heard that it's a glorified loot box simulator with the open lobby, just you being able to see everybody open stuff, and it's kind of like a virtual casino, and then the multiplayer I've heard was decent, but not great. And I don't think we should be paying $60 for a decent game. That's just me, though. I haven't played it, so I'm not going to give my thoughts on it, though. So yeah, theater mode would be great for us YouTubers that don't have our recording software out every second of the day. Being able to go back and capture footage from great games would be pretty awesome, and I don't believe that the last few installments have had it, even though they used to, which is kind of odd. I know it saves on memory and space, but honestly, I think it would be worth it, especially for, like I said, YouTubers and people that like to share their clips with other people. Another thing is a small thing for the PC community, or even Xbox and PS4. I don't know if they actually have it on those, but that is optimizable split screen. As you see in the background footage of this video, the split screen mode is severely squished. And that's on, I believe, max settings at the time with split screen enabled. But you can't, I know there's a way, I believe there's a way to edit it with the game files, but I'm talking about just base game without having to modify any files or having any chance of risking screwing up your game. I would like there to be split screen where you can actually say the dimensions of your screen and say, hey, this is this big, so you can actually have the full thing. It's a small complaint, I know, but you have no idea how uncomfortable it is to squeeze both of us in front of a computer screen and be able to, like, squinting our eyes so much and, like, trying to use the keyboard and a controller to actually see our gameplay. It's kind of difficult, and that's why we end up dying so much in this video. And the next one has to do with loot boxes. And I'm going to be frank here. I'm going to be firm on this. I hate loot boxes. And I'm almost tempted not to get a game if they have loot boxes. However, I do know that greed is a serious thing with these companies. And they've almost, I think, built it into their system of something that they need to have in their model to make money, right? So, here's my proposition. Loot boxes, fine. If you want to have loot boxes, that's fine. I think if you have to pay for it, you should be 21 or older. And there's also this. Don't put duplicate items in the loot boxes. You have no idea how frustrating Black Ops 3 was to play with multiplayer, and every single time I would get a duplicate. Sure, you get something cool or subpar and new every other time. But more likely than not, after a few months of playing the game, everything I was getting was duplicates, and I just hated it. Honestly, the game would be much better off without duplicates, and I understand from a marketing perspective that it's a easier way to get more money out of more people, which, if you want to have loot boxes, like I said, I'm not going to stop you, but it will probably stop my purchase from the game if it is excessive with duplicates and just overbearing, just overbearingness. Like, you know what I mean? Overbearingness isn't a word, but it's super overbearing when it's like duplicate upon duplicate, and on top of that, it's hard already enough to get the loot boxes, and then it's like, hey, you can pay $5 right here. It's like, no, I don't want to buy. Like, you don't know how it's so frustrating to be a 20-year-old gamer and like looking back at my childhood, not paying a single dime for other base stuff that should have already been included. But now it's like, hey, pay $5, $5.99 or $4.99 for a loot box. Like, it's frustrating. I know, Treyarch, you aren't as greedy as a lot of other companies that are doing this, and I understand that, and I respect and love your company a lot. But it's just a little bit of a criticism. I don't like loot boxes. That's really all I have to say. But if you do have to include it, please, for the love of God, make it so that you have to be 21 or older, or even 18. I know 18 is, it should be 21, but 18 I can accept. But at least get rid of duplicates, at the very least, please. It's annoying. Another thing for multiplayer, I think it would be great to include new small game modes, or not new, old small game modes, such as 2v2s or 3v3s. I really enjoyed this from MW3 quite a lot. And honestly, it's a lot of the more fun moments I had with just a squad of friends playing 2v2s or 3v3s. But I still had quite a bit of fun doing that.
I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town.
One was clan stuff. It sounds very vague. I understand that. But when I say clan, I mean the community stuff in clans. I don't know if they really had it for Black Ops 3. Honestly, I'm not really sure, because this is one of the first Call of Duties I really didn't play with any friends, because everyone else has an Xbox, and I had a PS4. And then I got a PC, and everybody still has an Xbox, and I still have a PS4 and PC. I can't talk. I still only have a PS4 and PC. And it's pretty much back to the cross-platform play. I miss my friends, man. I want to play with my friends in Call of Duty and any other game, please. If you give cross-platform play to any game, whether it be Black Ops 4 or like Wipeout or some random game, I'll play it. Just put cross-platform. I want to play with my friends that don't have the same thing that I do. Good lord. I know it's a big request, but I know it can be done. It's just I heard, what was it, didn't Xbox or somebody say it's basically the flip of a switch? Yeah, they're still not doing it. I know Rocket League is PC and Xbox crossover. Like, why aren't we doing this? I hate the gaming industry sometimes. Anyways, on to the last complaint. Not the complaint, but the criticism or wishlist item. And that would be a better PC port. The PC version was okay. It wasn't great. It was basically just a carbon copy of the console version, which usually ends up being the case. It felt more of lazy than anything. I don't want to say that about Treyarch, because I really love their content and the games they make, but I just felt like some of the things, like, it wasn't optimized great. Like, for example, if my computer runs GTA 5 at ultra settings, it would be getting around 60-70 FPS, but with this, I'm forced to run medium or low settings to get a full frame rate, which is, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably just my computer being outdated quite a bit. Not quite a bit, but a little bit. Obviously, to update my graphics card, but I felt like the game drug a little bit or hung. Just on a few things. It wasn't that big of a criticism, but I don't know. I thought I'd mention it because I've heard a lot of complaints in the Steam forums. I don't know if you guys had the same issues, though. And I don't want to make this seem like a complaint fest or anything like that, because it's far from the truth. I honestly just want to make Treyarch games better. I'll say this. They're already great. I want to make them fantastic. If that makes sense, please let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this video. Keep calm and trust your instincts. And also, in the outro that's about to be playing, there's going to be some videos you can click on. If you're new to the channel, go check them out. It means a lot to me. Keep calm and trust your instincts. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. now.